Most Filipino professionals are terrified of losing their corporate benefits, not realizing that those very same benefits are the reason they stop going. So you'd rather stay in a job that trains you than face the hassle of managing your own BIR or contribution. But here's the truth. HR isn't protecting you. They are managing your stagnation. No HMO is going to save your career if you're miserable every single day. You can keep letting a company dictate your schedule for the sake of security, or you can finally take the risk. And that is learn the system and start building a life where you're the one who is controlled. So the safety of corporate is a slow fade. And don't wait until it's too late to make the jump. Hi, I am Nini and welcome to Remote Philippines Job. And today I'm going to show you the difference between the corporate job and the remote job. So, are you now ready? Without further ado, let's begin. Now here's the difference between the corporate work versus the remote work. So for the corporate work, the structure is that most corporate roles follow a strict schedule. So it should be 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. Next, for the compensation, you get a fixed salary, paid leaves, health insurance, and even a government-mandated benefits. Also, for the environment, you have an office set up with managers, HR, company policies, and a clear chain of command. Also, for the commute, if you live in Marikina but work in BGC or Makati, you might spend 5 to 6 hours a day just commuting. And that's time you'll never get back. And lastly, for the growth, there's a career ladder, but promotions can take years. And progression depends on the approvals, the politics, and even the timing. On the contrary, the remote work or the virtual assistant life, we have the location independence. So you can work from home, a cafe, a co-working space, or even another country with a right setup. Next is the time control. So some roles, just like executive virtual assistants, they have fixed hours. But project-based allows more flexibility. Also for the digital communication, everything's happen online. So you can find them on Slack, Zoom, Google Meet, Viber, and even email. And also for the entrepreneurial mindset, this is the biggest shift. So you're no longer just an employee, you're a business owner selling a service. So you manage your contracts, your rates, boundaries, and even systems. Now this is stability versus flexibility. So corporate equals stability. So predictable paycheck, company handles taxes and benefits, less financial risk, and even fewer unknowns. For the remote work, this equates flexibility. So you can control your schedules, you choose your client, you design your workday around your life, and even you can scale your income, but responsibly. Moreover, the financial reality of freelancing. So for the income management, corporate income is fixed, while freelancing income can be higher, but this is not guaranteed. Next is the savings buffer. So you should have 3 to 6 months of savings before fully transitioning, especially in the beginning. Next is the taxes and benefits. So you handle your own taxes and contributions. I personally recommended working with a consultant for this. And also for the contracts matter, paid leaves are not automatic unless you negotiate them. Also, you can even include your annual rate increase in your contract instead of waiting for corporate performance review. Now let's proceed to the real challenges of working remotely. So first, we have the isolation and loneliness. So if you're an extrovert, working alone can feel heavy. So I suggest that you should join some communities, just like the VA communities, the Discord groups, and even online forums. Next is the lack of structure. So no boss watching you equals discipline is required. So the first thing that you should do is time blocking. And This is non-negotiable. Next is home distractions, just like the kids, the chores, the TVs, and everything that competes for attention. So a dedicated workspace helps your brain to switch to work mode. Also, we have the burnout and blurred boundaries. So when your office is in your bedroom, it's easy to overwork. That's why you should learn how to set your boundaries and protect your weekends. And lastly is the unstable income, which is at first. So this is normal and it improves with the system, experience, and better clients. Now here's the tips for a successful transition. First is create a dedicated workspace. Next is use tools just like Notion, ClickUp, or task boards. Also join some VA community so you're not doing this alone. And lastly, treat your calendar like your client's calendar, which is non-negotiable. So let me ask you honestly, do you see yourself thriving in remote work or do you prefer the structure of corporate life? So comment down below and I will read them. And in episode 2, we'll go into the actual step-by-step process of transitioning from corporate to becoming a VA. And that's it for today. And if you're gonna apply everything you learned here, you'll be clearer, more prepared, and more confident about your next move. So if you're looking for a real and legit clients, good news. We are always hiring here at Remote Philippines Job. And the first thing that you should do is to fill out the application form in the link description below. Second, we will reply within 24 hours or less. And third, you can also earn extra through our referral program. So always remember that hindi mo kailangan maging ready bago magsimula. Kailangan mo lang is an effort, skill, and a right mindset. So good luck and I hope to see you in our next video. So keep learning, keep growing, and work smart, not just hard.